Good morning, guys, and welcome back to TTSMC Trader. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. If you can hear me, please let me know that before I go for the market analysis, pre-market analysis, or the whole weekly analysis, whatever it is. Please let me know if you can hear me. And, okay. RSBEF BE4XY. Good morning, brother. Thanks for the penguin, by the way. Loud and clear. Thank you so much, brother, for confirming that. Bin, good morning, brother. Thank you guys for being over here. I'm already late, so I think I can wait 2 more minutes until 9 a.m. New York local time. In the meantime, we can see if there is any comment or something. Okay. Uh, I'm not going to trade the live account for at least 1 week. I'll not take 1 week break. After that, I'll go back again for Lucid or Apex. I think I'll buy some Apex account in the meantime because we have some 90% discount is going on. So I'll just buy them, but I don't think so. I'll trade before the next Monday. So 1 week I will take break. We'll go only for the paper trade because I need to cool down. Last Friday was disaster, and I was just gambling over there. I didn't like it. Hey Sharada, good evening, brother. Thanks for being over here, man. Don't forget to push the like button, man. Let's wait a bit, 1 more minute, okay? So other people can join. How was your day? I mean, how was your trading last week? Last week was good, except the Friday PM session. Friday PM session was really disaster. At least for me, it was disaster. Hmm. Who else is over here? I mean, I can see that 14 people are watching right now, but I can see Vin, Ares, and Shawarda's comment. So, is there anyone I know personally? Actually, is there anyone like that? Who else is over here? Just write down hi, hello. Just hi, hello, good morning, anything. Okay, Seth, good morning, brother. Trader Cups, good morning, bro. Okay, I got 2 more people. Okay, at least 5 people I got. I know. Thank you, brother, for being over here. I don't want to wait anymore because I'd love to go and I have to cover a lot of things. I hope I'll be able to finish it before 9:30 a.m. New York local time. This is the calendar. I love to use Forex Factory. You can see over here Forex Factory, and it's little customized. I am only able to see the red folder news and the medium impact news. As you can see today, we don't have any news, so I don't need to worry about the news. I can go anytime for the trade from 9:30 to 11:30. And then Tuesday, we have PMI around 10 a.m. So no trade is valid before 10 a.m. Wednesday, some kind of news. We don't need to worry about that. And Friday, yeah, I think just tomorrow, we have to be very careful about trading before 10 a.m. Except tomorrow, we are good to go. So the whole week, we don't need to worry about any sort of news. Uh, this is the non-farm payroll week. So like Wednesday AM session should be the last time to trade before 8:30 a.m. Friday. So until 8:30 a.m. from 11:30 a.m. Wednesday to until 8:30 a.m. Friday, this whole session should not be traded. That means Wednesday PM session, Thursday London AM PM session, Friday London session should not be traded. Okay, because this is the non-farm payroll week. It's a bit difficult to trade. I agree with you that now these days this news doesn't affect the market the way Trump affects the market. Okay, so to be honest, this is disaster. But still, we wanna follow the basic rules where non-farm payroll week should not be traded. But even if you would love to trade the non-farm payroll week, make sure you're not going to take any trade after Wednesday AM session. So PM session and all other sessions should be traded by the paper account or maybe the eval account. No, don't touch the funded account. You'll regret if you do that. I'm not going to say that confidently because, as I told, Trump is more dangerous rather than this type of news now these days. But otherwise, this is really tough to trade the non-farm payroll. The day before the non-farm payroll, actually, more importantly, the Thursday. Wanna come over here? This is the 15-minute chart, and if you are with me in our Discord, by the way, if there is anyone who is not with our Discord, make sure you have joined our Discord. It's absolutely free. You will get the link to the pin comment. So please join through that comment. I'm sorry, through that link. It's absolutely free. In short, I gave you this screenshot and I told that this is going to be my weekly analysis. I mean, sorry, weekly expectation. You can see here we have the obvious liquidity from 15-minute chart. I have this trend line liquidity over here that's been written, I mean, marked by a red line. This minus 1.5 standard deviation. Before this big run over here, I have got low, high, lower low. So this is the breaker block over here, low, high, lower low. As you can see, this market fall, tap to this breaker block, highest up close, body close candle. That's not been marked on my chart. And I also didn't notice that before, to be honest. But while I was looking for the standard deviation, I find out that that was a beautiful breaker block over here, according to the rules, and then traded that breaker block over here. Give me the expansion. This is that kind of gap that is really so beautiful gap. I have shown you this gap actually through my what to say, I mean the 1 minute chart. I told you to observe it and I showed you how to take the entry from here from 1 minute chart. However, this is the minus 1.5 standard deviation. On my right hand side, it's written over here. I just marked the middle leg. So low, first leg, high, second leg, lower low, third leg. The second leg, body to body. If you go highest body to lowest body, and extend it to your right hand side, you'll be able to see this is the minus 1 standard deviation, minus 1.5 standard deviation, minus 2.5 standard deviation. For me, if I go for body to body, uh, by the way, guys, if you have any question, please hold it as long as I'm not going to finish the pre-market analysis. After that, we will have a lot of time to talk, to reply you, and I hope that's going to be a beautiful area where we can reply to each other. Body to body, the most strongest level is minus 1.5 standard deviation to me. As long as the body doesn't close from 15-minute chart above this line, I'll prefer the reversal from that line. If the body close above this line, then minus 2.5 is going to be my next level, which I'm going to give the highest priority. So this is why I have marked only the minus 1.5 standard deviation, which is over here. So you'll be able to see a green line over there, and it's written as a minus 1.5 standard deviation over here. This is the TGIF line. I'll cover that within a moment. So I wanted to see this market to fall any of this TGIF line, either the upper one or the lower one. That's why I put it exactly to the middle. I didn't know that it will exactly reverse like this way. I really didn't know that. I wanted to see either it will tap over here and then go for this minus 1.5 standard deviation, or it will come over here and then it will go for this minus standard deviation. So, in short, I just put it in the middle to see if it can reverse from any of these two line and then come to this minus 1.5 standard deviation at least. After coming over here, I will take my decision. The market really would love to close above this line, or does it want to break that line to reach for minus 2.5 standard deviation? As the market is around the all-time high, this is around the all-time high, it can keep looking for buy. So if it really would love to keep looking for buy, I will look for this leg later, not now, depending on the way the body will close aligned to this line. If it close above this line, I'll look for the minus 2.5 standard deviation. I'll mark that and then I'll look for that line. If it doesn't close above this line, instead of that respect to this line, then I will start to look for this obvious sell side liquidity over here. This low has been cleared over here by a shallow run. Yeah, I know that beforehand this low has been cleared over here by a shallow run. Then this low has been cleared over here by another shallow run. In my opinion, the liquidity has been taken already. But as I can see this beautiful trend line liquidity over here. So I just forced the market to give me this liquidity, which is obvious liquidity over here. And more importantly, this liquidity aligned with this new day opening up over here. So this candle close, this candle open. There is a beautiful new day opening gap. That is an unfinished business as well. Here is the real liquidity void. That means not even a single pushing button happened over here. Nobody buy here, nobody sell here. Nothing happened over here. The real liquidity void. Still, this is my interest to see if the market can come over here. Previously, we have talked about that. Where did it come? We have already outlined that inverse gap 50% was our expectation that it will trade the 50% of this inverse gap. So I don't need to worry about this low, because as long as the body is not going to close below the constant encroachment, the CE of this week, I'm not thinking about this sell side liquidity, this low, that low, that low. I'm not thinking about those sell side liquidity as long as the body is not going to close below the 50% of this gap. Of this week. If the body close below this 50%, then this is obvious market is going to take this sell side liquidity for sure. I'll be very confident about that this sell side liquidity is going to be taken. However, so far this trend line liquidity and this sell side liquidity is my highest priority. I don't have any buy side liquidity over here except this minus 1.5 standard deviation. I really would love to see this market to go for this buy side liquidity over here. As you can see here, this market prior to 9:30 is trading this bearish gap over here as well as this bullish gap. Which one should I mark? If I were bearish, for example, I'm bearish. I'm not interested to see this market to come over here. Okay, please listen to this very carefully. It is not uh, including it's not included with the pre-market analysis, but I wanna try to explain it a bit deep way. Okay, so that you can understand what, why, and which one I should mark. If you guys remember that area, around that area, if you guys remember that gap over here when it was respecting around this area, I have talked about this one. As long as the body is above this line, the market is bullish. If it close below this one, this low will be taken. Like every day, almost every day, it's very important. So if I'm bullish, if I'm expecting this market will go higher, why? Because of the situation, the market situation, I'm thinking that this market is bullish. In that type of scenario, I don't want to see any bearish move, right? So if I would love to look for a bearish move, then I need to see this gap to be broken, which is prior to 9:30. I don't give a shit about this bearish gap. If my bias was bearish, I was thinking that this market is not going to go higher. Instead of that, it is going to fall for the sell side liquidity. In that type of scenario, I would mark maybe this last gap. No, not last gap. Actually, it is respecting this specific gap, this candle low, this candle high. I hope you can see it over here. This candle low, this candle high, there is a big gap. So I would say that as long as the body is not going to close above this high, I'll keep looking for sell over here. As my bias is bullish, I want to give the priority to this gap. That means if this gap is broken, market closed below this gap, I will start to look for this sell side liquidity instead of this minus 1.5 standard deviation. To be honest, I don't want to see that. I want to see this gap will hold the market and send the market higher at least until this line. After that, if it can close above this line, I'll look for the minus 2.5 standard deviation. So for now, I'm going to remove this line. It's already been in my Twitter as well as in my Discord. So I'll say that I told you guys, it is going to happen beforehand, before the market open. I told you, okay. So I'll say that when this will finish. So for now, I'm going to remove this one. Instead of that, I'm going to go for the 1 week area. So this is the weekly candle and weekly chart, actually not weekly candle, my mistake. If you see, this is the week. Okay, so I would love to go from that specific week. If I go for the TGIF, okay, so low to high, and I need to go for the TGIF. You see this two line over here. Market didn't finish it on Friday, so on Monday market finish it, then extended higher. If I go for this week over here to here, you can see here market didn't finish it by Friday. By Monday or Tuesday, it has finished the TGIF. That means either respected this line or that line, then expanded to higher. If I come to this gap, to this week, that is the only week where the market didn't finish the TGIF over here. The TGIF is not been finished over here, which is an unfinished business. And I believe that this market will fall and come over here. Not now, not really, not now, but maybe after 1 month or maybe after 1 week or whatever, but not right now. Okay, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'll think about that. I told you the week CE will be broken, then I'll think about that. As long as the week CE is not broken from 15-minute chart, I'm not thinking this is coming around this area to finish the TGIF. However, if I come to this weekly candle over here, you'll be able to see that it has finished the TGIF at first. That means market tapped any of these two line and then went higher. If you go to the daily chart, you'll be able to see how beautifully it has been respected the TGIF. So this is this week where I'm going to mark the high and the low. This is that two TGIF line. And as you can see, Friday market didn't finish the TGIF. So either by Monday or Tuesday, it has to tap any of these two line, and then the daily candle has to close above these two line. The daily candle is important over here. So as long as the daily candle is not going to close above these two line, I'm not saying that the TGF is done. It doesn't need to close above these two line. It can simply close in between these two line. But all only thing is not accepted, that is the body is going to close below this two line. I mean below this lower line. For example, the today's body, Monday candle body closed here. Okay, so just below this line. So TGF is not done yet. This two line is still important. Tomorrow Tuesday, I will look for that TGF line. Like for example, it will simply tap any of these two line and then it will close again below this line. Then the TGF will be finished. As long as it is not going to happen, I will keep looking for this TGIF. In my opinion, the TGIF is done. Okay, so just in my opinion, okay, before 9:30, TGIF is done. Now, I would love to explain something about the Monday. I have already told that to you, how you are going to expect the Monday price action. Is that going to be an accumulation Monday? Is that going to be an expansion Monday? What is going to happen? Whatever I'm going to say over here, it's not something like a holy grail. It's something I believe this is how you can get most of the time more precision on Monday. And this is how the Monday is going to be much more easier for you to trade. And that is, if you see that TGIF is not done by Friday and it's done by Monday before 9:30, you will expect the expansion. So I'm expecting the expansion. But brother, we don't have any news. I don't need any news. If the TGIF is done before 9:30, most of the time around the morning session, it give the expansion. Okay, very much expansion. Now you can say that NFP week, most of the time it gives the expansion. No, I'm not interested to include the NFP, non-farm payroll. I'm not just strict with this one because you will see a lot of Monday is highly expansion day, even if there is no kind of like non-farm payroll. Okay, just because it has done the TGIA by Monday, you will get the expansion in that same area. If it is done by 9:30, I mean before 9:30. So as you can see, this two line has been traded already before 9:30. I'm expecting the expansion toward the buy side. I mean toward the line over here, which is this line. And if it close from the 50-minute chart by body, then I'll look for 2 - 2.5, which is also acceptable, that it can reach until the -2.5 standard deviation, which is absolutely, I mean, okay with that, with the market. It's absolutely perfect for the market. But for now, from the daily chart, you can see here this candle and this candle close and this candle open. There is a very small gap, which is a new day opening gap. Below this new day opening gap, I have this beautiful gap over here. Now, is this gap important to me? This gap doesn't have any value to me. I will say, brother, it is also of course important. Maybe it's important for you, but it's not important for me. For me, this candle is important to me. That means if this market can tap to the high of this candle, it's more than enough for this market to expand toward the buy side liquidity. If it really would love to trade this candle, which is an order block, which has traded this bullish parallel gap over here. Okay, so from the beginning, if you see from this market, from that area, from the low of this area, when this market started to go higher, this is the first time where this market has built a down close candle, trade a gap. Okay, so yeah, this candle has traded this gap, but it's not a down close candle in the bullish market. There is a down close candle that didn't trade any fair value gap. There is a down close candle that didn't trade any fair value gap. So this is the first candle that has traded a fair value gap, FVG. So this candle is my change in state of delivery. That means if this market started to fall, it can fall to the top of this candle, or maybe to the open of this candle, or maybe to the 50% of this candle. And then it can start to go higher again if it is not finished the all-time high job yet, because this is the all-time high. Nobody knows that how long it will keep going higher. Nobody knows that. And I also can't look for the the standard deviation level, as the market was extremely bullish. There is no opportunity for me to look for the standard deviation level, because there is no manipulation leg over here. It was just a one-sided run. Okay, so there is no manipulation leg, like the way I marked this line from 15-minute chart. I can't mark that line from daily chart, as I don't have that opportunity to mark it from the daily chart. I'm gonna just depend on the 15-minute TGIF line, as long sorry, not TGIF, standard deviation line. As long as it's not going to be happen, I'll keep looking for the standard deviation line just to predict the all-time high before the some sort of retracement, not like long-term retracement, just some sort of retracement before another big run. Okay, another bull run, something like something like that. Okay, In a very short way, I will say this is the bubble. That means this market is not driving by the algorithm, it is driving by the human beings. Someone intentionally let this market to go to this area, okay, and it will keep going higher, I believe so, until September, October, something like that. I believe it will keep going higher. After that, the crash will happen. But as long as it's not going to reach to that specific time, I believe that people will keep just buying here. They will force to be buy, to bought, and finally, when it will crash, they will never get an opportunity to close the trade. Instead of that, they are going to see the how their profit is going to be gone. Okay, everyone is chasing the market over here. There is no other option. You have to chase the market if you want to trade. Otherwise, you have to stay out of the market. Like you will be sideline. You'll just watch the market. You'll enjoy the market. The way this manipulation is happening, you have to do that. If you want to trade, you have to be forced to buy in this deep expensive area. Okay, this is really expensive, and you have to buy over here. You can't take the short because it is going higher, and it will keep going higher. By the way, so whoever is doing that, he should not do this. He should be punished, but he is not going to get punished. I believe so. So in my opinion, this TGIF is done so far. So I'm interested to see if the market can keep going higher. I would love to go for the 1 hour chart a bit over here. And from the 1 hour chart, to be honest, I really don't have anything to say except this sell side liquidity over here. This obvious sell side liquidity. I've already marked this obvious sell side liquidity, like this trend line liquidity as well. Over here, some trend line liquidity. So far, it is trading this bullish fair value gap. I'm more interested to see can it keep going higher. Around 9:30, it can fall a bit, just a bit, just to make sure that everyone will start to chase the market. And after that, it will start to go higher again for this minus 1.5 standard deviation. So far, after broken this line, I'll look for minus 2.5 standard deviation. As long as it's not reaching to this line, I'm not interested to see any sort of bearish move. Yeah, I'll look for the bearish run if this hourly gap is broken. Why hourly chart? I'll talk about that within a moment. But for now, as long as this hourly bullish gap is not going to be broken, I'm not interested to see any sort of bearish movement. Instead of that, I wanna see the bullish movement until this minus 1.5 standard deviation at least. After that, maybe it will go to minus 2.5, maybe it will go minus 3, maybe it will come here, or maybe after reaching over there, it will be respected and market will fall and go for the sell side liquidity. I have no idea what is going to happen. But for me right now, the only target is this line, which is 28032.50. So for today, as the market has done the TGIF before 9:30, I'm expecting the expansion, and the expansion I'm expecting it should be until this line over here. So right now the market is over here, and to here is kind of 181 handle. So I believe that I'll get some run in between 180 and one handle, maybe 40 handle, maybe 30 handle, but some run I need it. More importantly, those people who are trading over here, like long time with me, I keep saying some specific things. It is something that should be followed every single moment. It's not something like you will follow sometimes and you will not follow that things when you are in loss or something like that. Please don't do that like that way. I'm saying this very strictly. 90% of trading is depending on your psychology. 10% is depending on your the other factors, for example price action, pushing button, model setup, everything. Like 10%, 90% is psychology. Now how can I overcome the psychology? There is just one way to overcome this psychology in my opinion, and that is if you take a winning trade at the beginning, or your first pushing button is a winning trade, stop trading exactly over here. The job for that specific day is done. You are done for trading in that day. If you take a loss by your first pushing button, you can try one more time, not by over leveraging. If you can decrease the leverage, that's better. If you don't want to decrease it, instead of that, you want to make sure that you wanna keep the same leverage, go with that. But for the second time, when you will push the button, if that is also a losing trade, stop over there. If you follow these rules, as long as you will follow these rules, you will just end up with the payout. If you ever violate that rules, maybe you will be in profit in that day. Okay, for example, you took a loss, then you took another loss, then you took another loss, then you took another loss, and then finally you got a winning trade, and that winning trade has mitigated all of your losses, and you are in green. Okay, it happened, okay, with you. Trust me, that's gonna build, or that's gonna, pump your confidence. I can do, man. I don't need to stop after taking losing trade. I know how to mitigate the loss, and this overconfidence will kill you slowly, but definitely. The day it's not going to work, you will end up with blowing that account. So I don't really care how much profit did you make by 29 days out of 30 days. The last day when it will start to do that, and you will fall into that trap, you will end up with blowing that account. That's why always try to make sure that either you are going to stop after getting one winning trade or two losing trade. If you can follow this thing like the holy belief, like I'm not gonna break these rules. Whatever happens to me, I don't care. As long as you will follow these rules, your 90% depends on psychology, right? Your psychology has been covered. Just three things: don't over leverage. If it's possible to decrease your leverage and later add more depending on the price action, so pyramid your trade. But when you are going to take entry, make sure you are going to enter with the lowest leverage possible, and then you can add more depending on your knowledge, depending on your experience, depending on your price action reading skill, depending on that. Otherwise, just go with the lowest leverage possible. Take the partial 1:1, hold, put your stop loss to the break even, hold your trade as long as you want. Do these things, don't over leverage. This is the first rules to overcome 90% psychology. First on this, second on. No, you will say, brother, I have to wait, I have to wait. No, you don't need to wait. You saw an opportunity, go for the trade. Just simply go for that trade. Whatever opportunity you believe that. But you have to follow. The thing is, for example, it's really good if you can strict with one model. For example, 22 YT model, inversion fair value gap model, water block model, whatever model it is. Just be strict with one model. If you can do that, best, man, that is best. But if you can't even strict with your model, that means whatever comes to me, I'm gonna take that. If it is 22, I will go for that. If it is inverse gap, I'll go for that. Water block, I will go for that. I have no problem with that. That's not gonna break your psychology. That's not going to, destroy you. But if the first trade work, stop over there. Like you got to win, stop, exactly, stop over there, don't touch it again. If it doesn't work, it's a losing trade. Try one more time depending on the setup, whatever setup you like. Okay, just simply don't chase the market. Just wait for the next setup, go for the next trade. If that next trade works, maybe you have mitigated your loss, maybe you are just mitigate some of your loss, or maybe you have mitigated your loss and you have made a huge profit. I don't care what is gonna be the outcome. But if the second trade doesn't work, that means two loss in a row, stop over there. That day is not for you. Come back tomorrow and follow the same things. Maybe tomorrow is also not going to work. Like two loss you are going to take, come back the next day after tomorrow, like keep coming back like that way. As some of you can't do that, it's very, you know d- very difficult actually for some of us. In that type of scenario, you have to have more accounts. That means if you take some bad decision in one account, you took two losses, switch to the next account and then try to follow the same rules in the next account. If you follow these three things, don't over leverage, stop after one winning trade, or stop after two losing trade. These three rules, if you can follow these three rules, 90% possibility, there is 90% possibility you will be in profit. End of the month, end of the year, you will end up with profit. If you can just follow these three things, that's going to cover your psychology. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult for you. Okay, it's not only for you, it's difficult for every single person. I don't need to talk about this 15-minute chart because I've already end up talking about this 15-minute chart. So I really would love to see if this market can come over here. Before coming over here, of course, it can fall a bit. All I don't want to see anybody close from 15-minute chart below this gap. If the body close below this gap from 15-minute chart, I have to wait for this market to give me another sign. I don't know what, but maybe something that I need to wait for. I don't know what, okay, to be honest. If this gap is broken, I really don't know what to do. But if as long as this gap is not going to be broken, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity for this line over here. Until this line is my gonna be my bias for today, okay? Sorry. So this is the 1 minute chart. I'll stay over here and we'll see if we can find something from here, okay? So now I will look for the buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart, which is over here. I'm gonna mark it as my buy side liquidity. So this is the buy side liquidity. Above this buy side liquidity, I have this standard deviation over here. I have some obvious sell side liquidity over here. I'm not interested to mark it right now. Maybe later I'll mark it. This low has been taken. This is the origin low that should not be broken. So I don't have any sell side liquidity as well over here. So I have only the buy side liquidity over here. Before going for this buy side liquidity, I have a beautiful small gap over here. I'm interested to mark this gap around this area. Just before going higher, can this market tap to this gap before going higher? Okay. So 3 minutes, sorry, 2 minutes left for the market open, and we'll see how this market is going to work. Okay. In the meantime, I wanna mark this last gap as well below the buy side liquidity. This is the last gap, so I'm gonna mark that last gap as well. I wanna keep it over here. Okay. Now, if you have any question, please let me know that. Hey Tamimi, good morning. Kindly take a moment to smash that like button and hit subscribe. Thank you so much, brother. And thank you for sharing the Discord link as well. Hey Jamil, bom dia. Muito bem, obrigado, senhor. Tudo bem? Trading in the Gen. Good morning, brother. Marbra. Good morning, Marbra. How are you? Suzivan. Thank you, brother, for being over here. Just a second. Okay. Suzivan, can you please write down something on the chat for me, please? Hey Jamie. Good morning, brother. Thank you, man, for being over here. Good morning. A small opening range gap so far. Market didn't open yet. So how do you know that? Okay, that's cool, man. Thank you. Like button splashed already. Thank you so much, brother. I need to see your name color actually. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. I really love you guys, and I really appreciate. I have got already 12,008 subscribers. It's huge, man. So I'm really happy. What is the bias for today? I'm interested to see this market to come to this line. So as long as it's not coming over here, so not that line here, that line, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity here. Okay, around this line. I will be like biasless if the body close below this below this gap from 1 minute from 15-minute chart. I'll be biasless. Hey Utshuk, good morning, brother. Thanks for being over here. I just need to wait. Okay, Utshuk, can you please write down something on the comment, please? One more time, please. You're most welcome, Jamie. Chatu, good morning, brother. I'm sorry I'm late. No worries, man. I'm only interested to see this line over here. So this is 9:30. I would love to see if there is any opening gap. Okay. This is the opening gap, a very small opening gap. That's cool. Thank you, brother. Love you, brother. Love you too, man. However, I'm looking for buy. It doesn't mean that you have to look for the buy as well. If you want to look for the sell, please go for it. Okay. I want to see the buy run. It doesn't mean that you have to look for the same thing. Okay. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe you are right. So if your bias is bearish, think about the bearish run. I have already explained why I'm looking for the buy run, but it doesn't mean that I'll be right. Maybe you are right. So you will look for the right opportunity. So please make sure you're not adapting my bias. Instead of that, you are going to go with your bias. Opening gap has been closed 100%. That's cool. Also build the sell side liquidity over here. And this gap so far is holding the market. Remember this gap that is holding the market so far. We'll see. I did my chart yesterday, but I don't have bias. When you are at the all-time high, keep looking for the buy. That is the bias around the all-time high, brother. I mean, according to ICT. If you are at the all-time high, keep looking for buy. Okay, that gap has been broken. Let's see if this sell side liquidity can be taken or not. And can I use that? Mhm. However, if it leave that sell side liquidity open over there and there is a bull setup, I don't think so I'll be able to take that buy. Okay, I won't be able to do that. I need to see this sell side liquidity to be taken at first. That will be the awesome thing. Okay. You're most welcome, Jamie. I love you, brother. So the opening gap 50% is respecting. So can it hold the market? Take this low, fail to take that low so that I can take a buy from this to green line as a trap fair value gap. I'm just waiting to see if I can do that. Right now, I'm interested to see can it take this sell side liquidity over here that has been engineered over here by respecting the 50% of this opening gap. I'm not in rush to go for any kind of trade. So far, market has engineered the buy side liquidity. It has also engineered the sell side liquidity. So I need to see one side to be taken at first, so that I can get another like the other side clear run. Okay, the sell side has been cleared. That's a good thing. That's a good job. Even though it's a shallow run, I don't care. It's a good job. Now need to see body close above the 50% of the opening gap. As long as the body is not going to close above the opening gap 50%, I'm not interested to frame any trade. In that area, right now, this market is trading today's new day opening gap as well. Okay, so if you go for today's new day opening gap, you'll be able to see that it's been respecting today's new day opening gap. However, if any of you are interested to take the sell, please go for it, man. Just go for it, okay? I'm always wrong. So my bias, maybe it's wrong. I'm not right. Okay, you should be right. So if your bias is bearish, think about sell only. Don't look for the buy and sell. Don't get confused. Whatever is your bias, whatever you are thinking, like this will go higher, this will go lower, depending on your expectation, depending on your understanding of the price action, be strict with that. Perfect. Okay, I'll see if it can build a bullish fair value gap over here or not. Okay. Not to take the entry. I'm not interested to take any entry yet. I'm just interested to see can it build any sort of bullish fair value gap over here or not. Okay, no bullish fair value gap yet. By the way, Sujivan, observe this gap, okay? If it really would love to work as a as a trap gap, nobody should close below the 50% of this gap now. If it would love to, for example, those people who are observing the uh, gap, right? This trap gap, you wanna take the buy or sell to this trap gap, for example, okay? You should do like this type of. I'm not saying this is a trade. I'm just saying those people who are observing the trap gap, it should work like this way. Nobody should close below the constant encroachment of this gap, like 50% of this gap, okay? Something like that. Observe it like that way. Don't push the button yet because it's so for consolidating. So it's not a good time to go for a trade. We will wait a bit more time. At least we need some type of confirmation that's going to give us the bullish opportunity. We'll wait for that, then we'll take the trade. But as long as there is nothing so far to me, can it close below this concurrent crossman? No, there is no way. Like for example, sometimes last fair value gap, concurrent crossman can be broken. Then I can use the order block. If it close below this, there is a high probability this low will be taken. As you can see here, it has been closed. So there is a high probability this low will be taken. So for example, I was in this trade and I saw this. The very next candle opened. I just closed the trade. Simply there is no trade open. I just simply close it. Something like that. Okay. Because now it has a high probability to take this low over here, which is an obvious liquidity. So it's going to work as a reclaimed gap in an inverse way. I'm not bearish, so I will not frame any sell setup. Of course, I'll keep looking for the buy opportunities. If it can give me the buying opportunity, I'll look for that. But so far, there is nothing for me. No, brother, it's going higher. So trap gap is going to work. No, don't think like that way. If the trap gap, concurrent crossment is broken, the 50% is broken, it means it's broken. You can't use this one. This low, there's a high probability this low will be taken. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe it will not take this low, but I don't care. There is a high probability it will be taken now. So it will work as a reclaimed gap. How far it can maximum go higher until the highest up close body close candle. I think this is the highest up close body close candle so far. So if you mark this open, extend it to your right, it can maximum go until the opening of this candle. So now it can close above this gap. It can be broken a lot of time, but the highest run should be until this line over here. So for example, I took this buy over here. For example, okay, I'm not saying I'm bullish. I'm sorry. I'm taking this trade. I'm just saying I took the buy over here. Then I saw this candle appeared. This candle opened. I closed my trade. After closing this trade, what I will do, I'll simply try to take the sell. And by covering this highest up close body close candle, the high of this candle, I'll cover that on until this low. Now, it is not a logical trade, to be honest. So I'm not taking this one. I'm not thinking about sell. I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. This gap is not a valid trap gap anymore. So this didn't take this liquidity over here, gave me a market structure shift, not a beautiful market structure shift, by the way. I'll just see if it can make a bullish gap. As long as it's not going to make the bullish gap, I'm not thinking about the buy yet. I need a bullish gap. Let me see the, okay, 41 handle. So brother, you will take this buy from trap gap and then you will close it. It is going to work. I don't care, man. A lot of time it doesn't work. My experience, my observation. I'm just saying, and you should observe it like that way. A lot of time it doesn't work. So finally, I got a bullish gap. I don't really don't know it's going to build this bullish gap or not, but I'll just mark it if there is any bullish gap. So are you going to take the buy from here? Of course not. Mhm. If any of you would love to go for buy or sell, please go for it. Still now, I don't see any buying opportunity, at least not for me. I'm not expecting any sort of accumulation day today. I need the expansion. Okay, so I'm waiting for that expansion. Like like Wednesday, trend is my friend in that type of day. Market has built the buy side liquidity. Market has built the sell side liquidity. Market has taken the sell side liquidity. Market has taken the buy side liquidity. Liquidity has been engineered. Liquidity has been taken. Still now, I don't have anything to do over here. No buy, no sell. I just mark that gap to see if this gap can hold the market. Then I will take my decision. First, I need to confirm that it is bullish. Right now, it is trading the new day opening gap. So be very careful, okay? It's trading the new day opening gap from today. However, if any of you would love to take the buy, please go for it. I'm not asking any of you not to do that. I'm just saying I don't see any opportunity yet. Ah, love you too, my friend. Hi, Robin. I come late. What is your bias for today? I'm bullish, brother. Only bullish. I'm bullish until 28032.50. I'm bullish until that line. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button. I'm going to wait for the first presented fair gap to form first before taking any trades. That's cool. That's cool, brother. I think this is the first presented gap. At least for me, it is the first presented gap. Thanks for the explanation, brother. I appreciate it. You're most welcome, man. I tell myself that I have until 5 p.m. to take one good trade. No rush. That's a good idea, brother. That's a good idea. Khalid, it's empty. Okay. There is also an SMT. As I'm not bearish, so I'm not watching this as a SMT. Okay. If I were bearish, maybe it could be helpful for me. Unfortunately, I'm not bearish, so I'm not interested to see this as an SMT. Whether this is going to work. Take the buy, man. I don't have any problem with that, but I'm not interested to take the buy yet. For me, still there is no buying opportunity. Good morning, Alex. Thanks, brother, for being over here. Thanks, my friend. You're most welcome, Erdogan. Okay. If this high is being shifted with a gap, I'll take a buy from that gap. If this high is being shifted with a fair value gap, FVG, then I will try to frame a buy over here from the FVG. Okay. I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade. All I need to say this high to be shifted with an FVG. Then I'll look for a buy for this buy side liquidity over here. All I need an FVG over there. Yeah, I'm bullish. Oh, you told that there's an bearish SMT as well. Let me see. I don't see the bearish SMT, brother. Unfortunately, no, I don't see the bearish SMT. Okay, it's been shifted, but no gap. If no gap, how can I take the entry? I need the gap, unfortunately. If there is no gap, I'm not going to take the buy. I'm gonna sacrifice this trade. I'll try to take the entry if the last fair value gap is going to be inverse then. But right now, I'm not going to take any trade. But if there is a gap, I would look for that buy from that gap. Bullish SMT. I don't see the bullish SMT, unfortunately, brother. So you are looking for this? It's not enough, brother. You have to check it from 15-minute chart. I mean, from 1 minute chart, it's just a consolidation, brother, over here. So this consolidation is not enough for me to look for the SMT. However, for me, still now there is no buying opportunity and I can't take the buy. If there is a gap, one tick gap, I'm already in a trade. As there is no gap, I'm not taking any trade, okay? I'll miss the trade, I'll miss it. No problem. But I don't want to take the trade blindly, unfortunately. I mean, from 846.5, you are in from 846.5. 846.5. So you took the buy from there. Best of luck, brother. For me, still there is no buying opportunity, unfortunately. 15 minute last five lookup is near. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, there is a 50-minute last gap. Yeah, absolutely. So I just marked the 1 minute last gap. The 15-minute last gap low is 98.25. 98.25. That is the low of the 50-minute last gap. For me, still there is no buying opportunity. Okay, if any of you got the buy from here, I believe that you will be able to take at least some partial. So just try to take some partial. If it doesn't fall, if it doesn't go higher, then you will miss some point winning point. So try to take some partial. Okay, for me, there is no buying opportunity yet, unfortunately. FOMO kicked in. I took buy from first fair boom. At least you got the boom. Congratulations, brother. Boom, brother. I took a buy from 5 minute fair value gap 750 and TP hit. Congratulations, Sammy. Those people who got the buy, I highly appreciate it, brother. I am also bullish. I don't see any buying opportunity yet, so I'm not taking any trade yet. No problem, Khalid. Just try to make some partial, okay? Some partial. At least, even if the market doesn't go higher, you are not going to regret. You will get some profit over there. That's good. I'm the worst trader, right? I didn't take the buy from here. Even though I'm the bullish, I didn't take the buy from here. So I'm the worst trader over here. Sorry guys, I didn't see any opportunities yet, so I'm not taking the buy yet. I'll go for the buy if I see the some opportunity. Thank you, brother. Are you Bangladeshi, brother? Yeah, I'm from Bangladesh, brother. Who's that? Muhibullah. Muhibullah. Yeah, Muhibullah Ullah. Yeah, I'm from Bangladesh, brother. Where are you from? How bad trader I am, eh? I didn't take the buy, brother. Come on, man. It's okay. I'll find my opportunities, no worries. If you find the opportunity, just don't wait for anyone. Take the buy, take the sell. Just go for it, man. My job to show you how can we find the opportunity, and that's all I'm going to do over here. You see this consolidation over here? I really didn't want to see this market to go higher. The way it went higher, I didn't want to do that. I mean, I didn't want to see that. If really this market was bullish, it could build a bullish gap over there. As it didn't do that, at the same time, it has cleared the sell side, it has cleared the buy side, cleared the buy side more beautifully. This sell side is more, like how to say that, more juicy to me. This sell side liquidity. What is this? it's more juicy to me. Okay, that's why I'm not taking the buy over here. I'll just trust you first farewell. Trust your first farewell wizard. Thanks. You're most welcome, Joy. We are not trading the first presented gap a lot of time. However, there is a selling opportunity now. As I'm not bearish, so I'm not taking this sell, but this is a good sell opportunity for this sell side liquidity. If it build a gap over here, as I'm not bearish, I'm not taking this sell. Okay, if I were bearish, this could be my selling opportunity over here. If there is a gap, if no gap, no trade. I don't need to worry about that. Oh man, I really didn't expect this type of consolidation. I need the expansion today. There's no gap, no sell. I hope I'll be able to stay with you guys until 11:30, and we'll find a good opportunities to trade. I mean to trade. We'll find a good opportunity actually. Good setup. I hope so. Let's see. Let's see, okay? See this week, just observe this week over here. It's a very important week. I'm not going to keep it, but you guys please, okay, I'll just mark a line over there. The 50% of this week, I'll mark a line over there. Just observe it. Make sure it's been marked on your chart. Ah, if I go with Suzy one, then according to Suzy one, this law should be taken. So either way, I really appreciate the analysis Suzy one has done. Like for example, I'm now interested to take a sell, and I saw this. I feel confident that maybe this law is going to be taken because that observation was so beautiful. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, let's see if it can close below this gap. If it doesn't close below this gap, it means that I'm not able to take the buy. I'm not able to take the sell. I'm just not able to do anything over here. I have to wait. Oh man, I am not bearish, right? I should not frame the sell. I forgot that. Okay, liquidity has been taken. If it really would love to give me a buy, it should respect this 50% right now. Nobody should close below the 50%. Even if it go below this 50%, I don't care. Sujiban will be wrong over here, as there was an opportunity for the market to fall. It missed that opportunity. Now I wanna give the highest priority to this line. Should not be broken. It's not a good price action, brother. Most of the candles are overlapping each other. Absolutely. I saw it from 15-minute chart, already has given me the sign of the consolidation. But I really don't want to see this consolidation. I need an expansion today, and that should happen. I'm just thinking, is it waiting for 10 a.m. or not? Okay. To be honest, brother. But yeah, we'll see. Apex sales expires May 7th. Okay, so Apex still have that opportunity, brother. That's cool. If any of you are interested about Apex trading, uh, prop firm, please make sure you have used the code T2T. I think it's a 90% discount with a beautiful activation code. which is $69 if I'm not wrong. It's a great opportunity for Apex. Please make sure that you have used the code T2T. Also Bangladeshi bro. Okay, Mohibullah, you're from Bangladesh. কেমন আছেন ভাই? আপনি বাংলাদেশে কোথায় থাকেন? কোথায় মিনস মানে কোন এলাকা থেকে? থ্যাংক ইউ ভাই জয়েন করার জন্য। যদিও আমি বাঙালিদের ভয় পাই। সো মাচ জাজমেন্টাল। ম্যান কাম অন। Nothing, nothing to do. I'm just waiting for the setup. That's all, guys. Hey, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel, whoever is new over here. I'm solely depending on the price action, according to my bias. I am bullish. So I wanna see this market to go higher. And I have already explained why I'm bullish until this line. This is my target for today. I would love to see this market to go higher over here. But as this market started to go higher, the way it started to go higher, still now I didn't see any opportunities to me to take the buy. That's why I'm not taking the buy. For the first time, I was thinking to take a sell if the body can close below this gap. As the body didn't close and it missed the opportunity, I don't think so it will fall for this sell side liquidity anymore. Even if it would love to go for the sell side liquidity, it will be happen after trading this last fair value gap over here. But the way it is going higher, I'm not able to take any trade over here. I have to wait for the market to give me a beautiful setup. That will be very clean, like one-sided, no confusion, nothing like that way. I'm just interested to see does it happen after 10 a.m. New York local time or not. So this is the last candle of okay. So this is the 10 a.m. candle. I wanna see if it can keep going higher right now, or does it want to fall? Still now, this market is trading the new day opening gap. Okay, this is the high of the new day opening gap. I think it has closed above the new day opening gap high. Perfect. I don't know it will build any gap or not here. If there is no gap, no trade. Yeah, I know. It has tapped to the 50-minute last gap. I know that. But this is my last opportunity to take the buy. I don't know it will take me or not. Okay. I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade. I saw the first opportunity, so I took the buy over here. It's not something you have to do the same thing, okay? If you don't feel good, don't take the buy. Don't copy my trade, please. The first time it will touch the low of this last fair value cap, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. I don't care it is going to work or not, but I will put my stop loss to the break even. If it touch the low of that last fair value cap. Hey Shirko, Pranay bhai, Chalaya love you. Thank you, brother. Love you too, man. How are you, Shirko? First time, man, I'm smoking. Why again? I don't want to see any sort of bearish gap over here, okay? As long as there is no bearish gap, I'm safe. If there is a bearish gap, that's gonna be disaster for me. So no bearish gap should be created over here. There is a 4-hour candle that has opened. There is a hourly candle that has opened. There is a 50-minute candle that has opened. So first, when the candle open, it do the manipulation. So when it is falling, I'm getting happy. Why? Because this is falling, making the manipulation leg for the what is I mean the for that new candle. Okay, I wanna see a body close above this line. Now, all I need to see a body close above that line. And I'm going to mark the high, not the high, just the open of this candle, which is the most sensitive line of an order block. Just the open of this candle. Okay, now it should start to go higher. All the job is done. It has traded the 50% of this order block. It has done every single job over here. It should start to go higher now. It has also traded the rejection block. So done, the job is done over here. Now it should start to go higher with speed. Break this gap like something like very strongly, and then should not close below the consequent crosspoint of this gap, should go at least until the 50% of this last fair value gap. From this specific candle, I want to see every single candle a bull candle, no more bearish candle. There should not be any kind of bearish candle. First, body has to close above this gap, then nobody should close below this gap of this sorry, nobody should close below the 50% of this gap. Single body should not close below this gap. It can trade this line. There is nothing wrong because this is the propulsion block. It can trade this line before going higher. Body should not close below the 50% of this gap now before tapping to the low of this gap. I'm not taking in. Oh man, what the hell is that? Okay, it's already done. It didn't work actually. I don't know what happened, but I will take re-entry if the body close above this gap over here. I'm gonna take the same trade again over here. I just don't know why this candle appeared on the chart. I'll take the re-entry, okay? Exactly from this gap. If the body close above this gap, I'll take the re-entry from this gap. Still, this order block is holding the market. I don't need to worry about this leg. Actually, I don't know why it happened. I think Trump has done something. Like anybody can tell me if there is any tweet or something. I don't know what happened. However, I'll take re-entry as long as this market is not going to close below this low over here or below this gap. This is the first presented gap as well as the main gap that is holding the market to me at least. So it fall. I don't know why this candle appeared. I think Trump has done some kind of tweet or something, or maybe there is some sort of news. The first time it will close above this gap, I'll take a re-entry from this same gap again. If the body close below this gap, this buy is not valid anymore. It will close above this gap. I'll take a re-entry from that gap. I really don't have any idea why this candle appeared on the chart, to be honest, guys. And we are actually struggling with this type of candles a lot of time now these days. This is really disaster. It will close one tick above this gap. I'll take rebuy. I hope it will take me. If it doesn't take me, and then this candle is something that should not happen. Okay, I am so sorry because this is unpredictable. Okay, nobody can predict this type of candles. The analysis was like depending on the whole setup, but this candle was really disaster. To be honest, I hope it will take me. In this type of scenario, I have to just push one contract already because if I miss this trade, something like that, just I have to push one contract already, and so I will do that. Just by any chance I miss it over there, okay? That means it doesn't tap to this gap anymore. This is a bullish market. This was not expected, okay? This is not something like good price action. I mean, just go and check. There is some kind of tweet or something like that. Otherwise, this candle should not be like around there. This shit happens, okay? Lot of time it happens when there is something Trump is doing, okay? Yeah, I don't think so. I'll get this opportunity to take the entry from here anymore. It will keep going higher without me. So I have to make sure that I'm already in a trade. It will close above this last gap. I'll add more over there. If it close above this last gap, I'll add more over there. Otherwise, I'll keep it over here. I mean, if it, I mean, if it can take me, okay. Just by any chance, if it can take me. If it doesn't take me, closed above this last gap, I'll take more in. I mean, add more over here by putting my stop loss one tick below this candle, just below that candle. If the market fall, take me over here. I'll take it from there. Last fair value gap reaction, send the market lower. I was afraid of this candle. That's why I told that when it will tap to the low of this last gap, I'll put my stop loss to the break even, because this type of things could happen from here. As it has already been happened, already done. I'm not interested to see the reversal from the last gap. Reaction can send the market until to this gap one more time. If it do that, I'll be able to enter over here. If it doesn't do that, instead of that closed above this last gap, I'll add more over here to the top of this last gap for this buy side liquidity by putting my stop loss one tick below this candle. So depending on the market, I'll take my decision, whatever it wants to do. I need the expansion right now. Come on. There you go. Just a bit more. Come here. Think so it will come over there. Yeah, I don't think so. It will come over here. It will work with this bullish fair value gap and then go higher. But I can't add more to this bullish gap. I don't want to do that. Instead of that, I would love to wait for this last gap to be broken to take in more, add more over there for this buy side liquidity, not from this fair value gap over here. However, this is the new 15-minute candle opened. So can the candle go a bit low at first before going higher? Come on, man. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Now you can take me. I know that from here to here, it's not a big difference. Like if I would love to take the entry, I mean, add more to this gap, it's not a big difference. But the problem is if I add more over here, the stop loss either way it's 35 handle, right? So like another how many handle from here to here, from here to here, another six handle. Okay, another six handle. I don't want to take a risk. So 35 handle already I have here. I've already took that loss because of that candle. I just need to make sure that I'm not taking more risk. So it will close below above this. I'll add more over there, not here. Come on, man. It could follow one more handle. Just for one more handle. If it would go fall one more handle, I would be already in this trade. Come on, just one more handle. There you go. Now it took me. I would love to see the same logic. Nobody should close below the 50% of this gap. It should keep going higher. It can fall until this propulsion block. The same thing over here. I'm ignoring this candle over here because that candle, I believe it's because of some sort of, some sort of news. Just because of some sort of news. I don't know what type of news, but some sort of news. Nobody should close below the 50% of this gap. It should keep going higher. In the meantime, I'll try to take a partial over here. So some sort of partial will be taken over there. I'll just take two partial. Okay. Some partial I will take over there, and then I'll try to hold it until this buy side liquidity. Not going to hold the trade until this standard deviation level. We'll just try to take partial over here, and then we'll try to hold the trade until that area. Okay. So from here to here, it's 40 handle. This last gap should be broken right now because the job of this last gap is done already. I need the speed right now. More speed, not like this type of Mickey Mouse move, like boom, something like this type of candles. I need this type of candles right now. One, two candle will break this gap. Just by one or two candle, it will be broken. I want to see that. Not even a single body should close below the 50% of this gap. Again, it is not a like natural price action. Okay, there was something I don't know still. I hope some of you will be able to let me know what who actually tweeted over here. This is because of some manual intervention. It's not the price action. So price action is happening over here. This is holding the way I was expecting it should hold. Like this candle closed, nobody should close below the 50%. This candle, boom, then when it close again, I have to cut through these candles. They're not over there, never been over there. Not even a single body should close below the 50% of this gap. And it should go through this gap with the speed, with by one, two candle. It should be broken and market should come for this buy side liquid over here. So that will be like some kind of partial. Then we'll try to hold this trade until this buy side liquidity, which is over here, which is the all-time high as well. I need speed. Go through this gap. One, two candles, something like that. You'll be able to see that within a moment. Can I move my stop loss? I can do it actually right now below this area. I mean, I don't see any logic to put the stop loss over here anymore. So I'll put it over there. This is around here. In my opinion, it should be safe over here. I'm not liking the way it's reacting from this last gap. Last gap reaction should be done over here. The reaction sent the market until this gap. Perfect. Now it should go through this last gap with the speed. It should give me the speed right now. The way it's reacting, I'm not liking that, to be honest. I need speed through that last gap. Like one bull candle. If it go like this type of Mickey Mouse move and then closed above this last gap, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. I will not believe this trade anymore. Like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight candle, just build this last gap broken. I'm not going to like it because it's building the buy side liquidity. It's gonna take that buy side liquidity, then it gonna fall, and I'm gonna take this 18 handle loss. I don't wanna see that. I need speed through this gap that's gonna confirm that I'm breaking this last gap. This is called the middle order block. Most of the time, market break this order block. To be honest, it's kind of order block that is, if the market is bullish, every single down close candle is going to be respected. It is that type of down close candle. Most of the time, it's actually get broken, but just mark it. Okay, the last gap, the way it is reacting, I'm not liking it. Can I put my stop loss to the break even? No, I can't do that. Why? Because this market didn't trade this propulsion block yet. So it has to come back. I'm sorry, it can come back to trade this propulsion block. That's why I'm not able to put my stop loss to the break even right now. All I'm safe is the stop loss below the 50% of this propulsion block, also covering the opening of this order block. That's my lowest area. I can put my stop loss over here right now. If it doesn't work, I'll get a very small loss over here. If it wouldn't happen around that area, then I would take the partial over here. I would put my stop loss to the break even. As it happened over here, I'm already in a loss. So I will try to take the partial to the most logical level, which is over here. Not even a single body should close below the 50% of this gap. If I see a body has closed below the 50% of this gap and the very next candle will open, I'll close the trade. Even if I'm in loss, I don't care, but I'm going to close that trade. If I see a body has closed below the 50% of this gap. Still now there is no bearish gap, so still I'm safe. As long as there is no bearish gap, I'm safe. If any of you are in this trade, you can't put your stop loss to the break even. Just remember that. If you do that, you'll regret. You have to take this 18 handle risk, unfortunately. The way this is working, you have to accept that way. I'm also not reading any of your comment. I don't know if any of you are writing anything or not, but please don't write it down as long as I'm not going to get my boom. If you have any question, hold on. I think I talked too much. So whatever your question will be answered before you ask me. Last attempt for the market to break this last gap. If it doesn't break this last gap with speed this time, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. I'm not going to believe this trade anymore over here. Okay. This is the last attempt for the market to break that last fair value gap over here, this gap. If it doesn't do that, instead of that start to work like this way, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. I need a speed move that will go through this last gap. Any kind of bearish candle right now, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. Any sort of bearish candle. Just one single bearish candle, my stop loss will be at the break even. One single bearish candle, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. I need speed, last move, last opportunity to break this last gap. Otherwise, I'm not going to believe it anymore. Maybe it will work. I don't care. I'm not going to hold this trade anymore. I'm done with this trading. I mean, this trade. Okay. I stop loss is at the break even. I'll get stopped out to the break even perfectly. 27,886.00 is my stop loss. I'm not believing in it anymore. Tough market. I was expecting some kind of expansion today, but as this market is not giving me the expansion, instead of that, like I got stopped out. I guess. Yeah. Maybe it will work now, but I don't really care about that. I'll not hold it. You guys can hold it if you want, but I'm just not interested to hold it anymore. Yeah. This is what it is. A tough market. Okay. What just happened? Don't see any news. I had a MNQ chart, manual intervention মনে হয়. Look at NQ chart. It did not stop. Let me see the NQ chart. Okay. 2026. What the hell is this? Yeah, in NQ, sorry, NQ chart, it didn't happen. Expected it. Yeah, in MNQ chart, it happened, but in NQ chart, it didn't happen. This low didn't been taken. See this low? It's not been taken in NQ chart. Yeah, this that low. That low has been taken over here. But in NQ chart, it didn't been taken. NQ is lagging. All other markets are moving strong. C of last fair value cap is holding price down. I agree with you. It will go higher, so I have to take a re-entry. But right now, I'm not interested to take any trade over here. Yeah, in MNQ sometimes this shit happens. Okay, sometimes it happens. I don't know. Like this is manual interval chart actually. Yeah, that was us thinking like this should not happen. But this is what it is. Okay, we are trading the MNQ, so it happened with the MNQ. We have to accept that because we are trading this chart. But in NQ, it's never been taken. This never been taken in NQ. Let me see what is look at this ES, man. Come on, look at this ES. What a beautiful things is happening on this ES. Exactly this was I was expecting to happen over here. But it's taking too much time. So I have to take re-entry when this last gap is going to be broken. I'll take re-entry from there. Oh man, I should have traded the ES today instead of the MNQ. That would be awesome. Let me see. Exactly the same logic I have used over here. Like this is the first gap over here. I don't have the gap over here. So this is the first gap for the what to say? I mean the for what? For yes, built the second gap over here where it has built the second gap over here. I think where was that gap? I think here. That was the second gap that has been built over here. In 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 the market over here, this is the second gap that has been created. Should have taken the buy over here, should have taken the partial over here, should hold the market until this buy side liquidity. I really wanted to see the expansion today for the NQ chart, but it's not happening. I don't know why. It's just highly consolidation day so far. It's not moving anywhere. The last gap is holding the market. As you saw that it has been done over here. The way it has done over here, I didn't hold the trade. Maybe if I could hold the trade, maybe it will work. I don't like to hold the trade anymore as it's not working the way I was expecting to work. So the now, if I would love to take the trade, I have to wait for this last gap to be broken to take re-entry or new entry from the last fair value gap. I just closed the trade to the break even after getting that stopped out over here. Again, manual intervention has didn't have been happen on NQ chart. In MNQ chart, sometimes this shit happens. Hi, Nargis Akhtar Lia. C of the last parabolic cap is holding price down. 1 hour SMT with ES. 1 hour SMT with ES. Where do you see the SMT? Bullish SMT or bearish SMT for which SMT you are talking about? Bullish or bearish? Bearish. If you are asking about bearish, I'm not interested to listen about that because I believe this market will go higher and it will come over here around this area. So I'm not interested to see the bearish SMT. I want to see the bullish SMT. So if there is any bullish SMT, I'll love to see that bullish SMT, not the bearish SMT. I still believe this will go higher, but the way it is going higher, I'm not be able to end. I mean, to stay here. That's why I closed my trade to the break even. If I were able to stay over here, I wouldn't do that. Okay. To be honest, the way I was interested to see the market, it didn't happen. So I closed the trade to the break even. Now I will wait to see if it can break this last gap so that I can take re-entry from the last fair value gap. As long as it's not going to happen, I'll keep holding my trade. Okay. I'll keep holding myself. That was the gap. Should work so beautifully. Not working. The first time it will break this gap, I need an speed broken. Okay, so speed candle, bull candle, strong candle. If I see that, I'll take re-entry from this last fair value gap to until this buy side liquidity. Not a small run, it's a huge run to be honest. Like 53 handle, I'll try to take some partial over there. If you go and check the YM, look at this YM, how strong it is. Look at this ES, how strong it is, bullish. But this guy is just sideways. So today's market for Nasdaq is simply consolidating. I didn't want to see that to be honest, but it's happening. Consolidation is happening. We'll see. Sometimes I hate the last fair value cap, to be honest, brother. When I see the last fair value cap is going against me, I hate the last fair value cap. So let's see if it can break this last gap this time. If you do that, I'll take rebuy from this last fair value gap. So until the buy side liquidity. All I need is speed move that is going to break the last gap. Speed move, not like this type of Mickey Mouse move. If you do this type of Mickey Mouse move, I'm not going to take any trade over here. I'm done trading for today. Took low losses, so I'm done. Only lost $100 today. That's the awesome, man. $100 is nothing, man. Come back tomorrow, you will be more strong. That sudden drop candle give me a loss today. I will try to take one more trade to mitigate the loss and hopefully make a profit. I hope you will get that. See this candle, brother? I need this type of candles to take another trade from the last gap. That's gonna break the last gap with speed. Look at this guy, how strong that is. See how strong that is. So I need that strongness over here. Yeah, maybe I could put my stop loss where I put it over there exactly. I could put it over there. Maybe I'll be in this trade. I didn't like it, okay? The way it was respecting, I didn't like it. I didn't know that it will come until here and then it will just do that. I didn't know that. So I just closed it beforehand so that I can re-enter over here from the last parallel gap in an inverse way. If it doesn't give me that, I'm not going to take the trade. But if it inverts that last gap with speed, I'm gonna take that trade again. I need a speed move over here. That's a good thing. Before even closing above this last gap, it has traded this small bullish gap. That's a good, that's really good news over here. So I don't need to worry about this gap again to be traded. This was the price action from ES. Oh man, it was so beautiful today. But I wanted to see this price action over here on NQ. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. High resistance liquidity run. I don't know why. It should be a beautiful low resistance liquidity run. 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I hope it will take me. I hope it will take me. Just tap over there and then go. Just tap over there and go. Just take me. Come on, just take me. Come on, please don't do that. Just take me. I'm waiting for you for a long time. Come on, brother. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Take me, take me, take me, take me, take me. Come on. I have already shown you this last gap entry thousands of the time. That means if you miss the trade over here, by anyhow you missed the trade over here. This is the last opportunity to take the trade. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Take me, take me, take me, take me, take me. What should I say, man? See this candle, by the way. See this candle over here? I wanted to see this type of candle that's gonna break the last fair value gap here or here. exactly this candle. If it I could see this type of candle, I would never move my stop loss up. I would hold this trade because I knew that even if it close over here, it can fall one more time to trade that propulsion block before going higher. So when it fall, trade that propulsion block. See this just order block open plus the propulsion block has been traded, then it's going higher. Unfortunately, it didn't do it over here. That's why I moved my stop loss to the break even. I wanted to take this buy from this last gap. Now, if it doesn't take me, know what to say to this market. I was bullish the whole day. If you guys know that, why I have already explained that, but it was a tough price over here. Really, so tough price. This candle is not a real candle because in NQ chart, if you go over there, there is no this type of candle. Simply no, nothing like this type of candle. This is just a manipulation candle for the NQM. So mini, how to say that, micro Nasdaq contract. But in NQ chart, there is no this type of candle, and now it will go higher without me. Acceptable, acceptable. Hi guys, please don't forget to push the like button and let me know who is in a trade, who got the buy, how is your trading going on, except that sudden move. Okay, that is not in my hand. I can't read about that candle. Who is in a trade right now? Is there anyone who is in a trade? I needed the expansion, man. Come on, not this type of high resistance liquidity run. See, now it is going higher because I'm not in a trade. Come on, I'm short. Oh man, you took the short. I hope you'll get your boom, brother. Make sure your stop loss is very tight, man. I hope you'll get your boom, brother. It could simply take me. Uh, 846. So you wanna take a short from 846. So where is your stop loss, brother? From 846.5. What is that, brother? TP hit. I'm down for the day. Great day for me. Have a great day, big bro and chat. Congratulations, Derek, for your boom, brother. I'm in trade from 27915.5, a 15-second fair value gap. Congratulations, brother. I hope you have taken some partial, man. Entered buy at 1038 fair value gap. 1038 fair value gap. What is 1038 fair value gap? Oh, okay. So you took the buy over here. It's good. It's a nice buy. But I needed to see the buy from here. Okay. Unfortunately, it didn't take me. If any of you are in a short, make sure that if you find an opportunity to take partial, please take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. I'm telling you, brother, it's not a bearish market. It's a high resistance liquidity run. I agree with you, but it's not a bearish market. At least not, at least until now, it's not a bearish market. There was one opportunity for this market to be bearish here, this candle. If this candle could close, no, sorry, not that candle, this candle. If this candle could close below this gap, it would be a bearish market until maybe this relatively equal lows over here, this low and that low. Maybe until that low to be taken, it could be a bearish market. When this candle failed, it has never been a bearish market. Forget about this candle. It's not a real candle. It's something like in MNQ, you will be able to see that this low never been taken. It's never been taken. Trading in the zone, stop loss to break even, and TP at London high. That's cool, man. Just make sure you have taken some partial as well. I'm seeing that if I can get some kind of London close reversal, if I find that. Oh, it's so high resistance liquidity run. Come on. Can I hold until London high as I have taken partial? You can hold it until this line, brother. 28032.50. Trust me, it will reach over here to this line. But when it will take this line, that line, which is 27966.50, try to move your stop loss higher, okay? It is coming to this line. As you have taken the partial right now, put your stop loss to the break even. You should be safe because nobody should close below the 50% of this gap. So you should be safe if you can put your stop loss to the break even as you took the entry from here. I took the long from 1037 fair value gap, 1037 fair value gap. Yeah, I can see that some of you took the entry over here. I wanted to take the entry from that line. So if it tap over here, I would be in this trade. Okay. Unfortunately, it didn't tap over here. So I missed this trade. I just needed the confirmation and I got this confirmation by this specific candle that market is going higher at least until this gap. And I believe this is also going to be broken with speed like this type of candle. You'll see this candle. You will see that type of candle as well over here. And market will take this line and then it will keep going higher for this line over here. This is just my expectation, okay? By the way, I'm watching for the London close actually, like something like this type of scenario, so that I can enter over here exactly around that area. I'm using the 5 minute chart because the 1 minute chart is too messy over here, like so messy over here. So I can't use the 1 minute chart. That's why I'm using the 5 minute reference point. So if you go to the 5 minute chart, you see this gap. I want to see this market to come to this gap, and then it will start to go higher by reacting from this last fair value gap. So if it happens, I'll try to take a buy from that area, from this point to take the buy for this buy side liquidity. If it reached to this last gap before falling to this gap, I'll not take any buy over here. This last gap can't give me any sort of reaction. So now it came, I'll think about a buy right now, okay? Nobody should close below the 50% of this gap over here. See, this gap should not close below this gap. I'll try to find any sort of buying opportunity right now. If I find it, I'll try to take it. As long as the body is not going to close below the 50% of this last gap. I don't know it will build this gap or not. If there is no gap, this entry is not valid, okay? I need the body close above this gap so that I can take the buy. I'm trying to show you every single opportunities, every single possible way this market is going to trade. But sometimes this type of candle, which is out of my control, I can't expect this type of candles. Okay, unfortunately. Oh man, this is disaster. I don't think so. It will give me the opportunity. This candle, as the way it closed, I believe it's not going to give me the opportunity. So even if it close above this gap, it will keep going higher without me. I think so. But we'll see. The body should not close below the 50% of this gap. If the body close below the 50% of this gap, I'm not going to take any sort of trade from this area. Body has zero possibility to close this 50% of this gap. However, if this gap is filled by 100%, I'll look for the breaker block as well. Phil is online. Phil, who is Phil, brother? Okay, this gap is filled 100%. Any kind of lower low, in between low and lower low, the highest up close body close candle, I'll try to took the buy. I mean, sorry, buy from that breaker block. That's gonna be the breaker block that never been missed. Okay, that never, like, it worked 100% of the time for me until now in my life. Any sort of, like, this type of scenario, if it create this type of scenario, low, high, lower low. In between these two low, the highest up close body close candle. The first time it will close out this, I'm gonna take the buy from that breaker block to take the buy side liquidity over here. This breaker block, okay, I'll look for that right now. Phil is the market maker who manipulate the market, lol. Okay, I didn't know that. Seriously? Someone named Phil. That's cool. This is my plan so far, okay? To take the buy. I'm not bearish. I'm not taking sell. If any of you would love to take the sell, please make sure that you have taken the sell. I'm not taking any short of sell. It will keep falling. I don't care. I'm not going to take any short of sell. I'm still bullish. High distance liquidity market, to be honest, it's not a good price action, but still, this is what it is. No, it's just a name ICT made up. Beautiful price action. Yeah, for some people, this is also beautiful price action. For me, it's not a beautiful price action, unfortunately. I mean, highly manipulative market for me, unfortunately, brother. No one knows if it could be whoever you want it to be. Okay, however, I'm bullish. Okay, I'll still look for the buying opportunity. I'm still bullish. Any short of buying opportunity, I'll take the buy. For example, if this inverse gap has been inversed, I'll take the buy from this inverse gap. If it built the breaker block, I'll take the buy from this breaker block. But I would love to look for the buy only. I'm not bearish. I'm not taking sell. There is no sell is valid to me. I'm not going to take any short of sell. You want to take the sell? Go for it. Be profitable. I highly appreciate it, brother. Update your playlist, brother. I have already put the study folder. I separated the study folder, brother, over there. So if you go to the channel, you will be able to see that the study folder has been separated, man. Look how it tapped to 50% of your last parabolic gap before going lower. This is called the reaction, brother. I love to see this type of reaction, but you see, like, when the market is bullish, it should hold the momentum. This low, okay, it was a very important low for the market. This low is a intermediate term low. So if this low is shifted, it means that it is a bearish market right now. As the market left the buy side liquidity over here, this buy side liquidity, that buy side liquidity, I'm not thinking that this market is going to fall. It will go for this buy side liquidity and of course come over here. It should go over there. At the same time, it has given me the bearish movement. It means that, like, it's a trap. It's a trap for the people who would love to take the sell. This is a trap. Market should not build this type of trap in this type of I mean the time. Okay, so this is the last half an hour before the lunch hour. It should not build the trap in this type of scenario. This trap could be happen here. This See this fall here, it could happen. The trap can be built over here, not here. It should not do that over there. I hope it will make some sense, brother. touch the first presented gap. Let me mark it. I removed it unfortunately. Mhm. So came to the first presented gap and it is going to inverse. Whatever it is happen, I'm gonna take the buy. So I'm just waiting to see if I can find a buying opportunity. From where to start learning? Just watch the study folder, brother. Just watch the study folder. Nothing else. You all you need the study folder. That's all. That's why I separated it before I start to build new videos. From where to start? Okay, I read your comment, man. Tamimi. Thank you so much, brother, for sharing that link. Oh man. If you go and watch the NQ chart, you will get confused. Okay, the NQ chart has a exact opposite case of scenario over there in NQ chart. Actually, let me show you that NQM 2026. Let me show that. Look at this NQ chart. What is happening over here? See this buy side liquidity over here in NQ chart. Around this area, buy side liquidity has been built at the strongest buy side liquidity over here. Even if you mark this high as very small high over here, you will see another buy side liquidity over there around this area. Buy side liquidity cleared some buy side liquidity over here that has been cleared over here. Then fall, build the sell side liquidity over here around that area. Look at this area over here. In what to say, I mean the MNQ chart, you have seen that how beautifully it has built the liquidity over here, right? This low has been taken over here by a shallow run. Go to your MNQ chart and watch this low. So that was the low that has been taken just by a shallow run. But in NQ chart, that's been taken so beautifully and respected that week. That should be respected, by the way. It's tough to trade. Okay, over here, upper quadrant has been traded and then went higher. This gap hold the market. Trade took this low, respected this week over here one time, two time, as well as the first presented gap, build the buy side liquidity over here, build the sell side liquidity over here. Disaster, just disaster. Now, just remember this one, okay? I'm going to remove this line over here, buy side liquidity. I'm just going to remove it. I'm gonna keep it over here, okay? This buy side liquidity, I'm also going to remove it. So this buy side liquidity, just look at this. Is this a beautiful buy side liquidity over here? So beautiful buy side liquidity. Okay, forget about the standard deviation, forget about everything else. Look at this sell side liquidity. Is it a beautiful sell side liquidity? 100% this is a beautiful sell side liquidity. There is no sell side liquidity left over here. Simply no sell side liquidity is over there. But here I have this beautiful sell side liquidity, I have this beautiful buy side liquidity. Now if I go to MNQM QM and if I remove all of these things from my chart, okay, and let me close this so that you can understand what I mean to say. I'm going to remove this line because that's been taken. First, I want to draw your attention over here. In NQ chart, what did you see? This high never been taken. It has built the buy side liquidity over here. But in MNQ chart, it has taken that buy side liquidity, respected this last pair look up so beautifully, and then market has fallen. So it's been taken over here. It's not the buy side liquidity anymore over here. If you look over here around this area, remember in NQ chart, I was able to mark this low as my sell side liquidity because this low never been taken. But if you watch this market over here, it's very confusing. If I mark this low, which is here. Okay, it is not a shallow run. Let me see, wow, how did this has been traded over here. Bit violation of the upper quadrant, it is acceptable. But this line or these things over here is absolutely different case of scenario around that area, right? Absolutely different. But this buy side liquidity absolutely different. There is no buy side liquidity. It's a shallow run. This liquidity has been taken over here. But around that area, the liquidity has not been taken. This is a shit market. If any of you want to say that this is a good market, I will argue with you, brother. Yeah, you want to take the sell, go for it. I'm not going to take any short of sell. I'm more interested to take the buy. If this high is going to be shifted, I'll try to take another buy over here. Okay. Things are not stable again in Middle East, so you could expect sudden move at any moment. So please avoid trading right now because the way this market is working, shit market. It's absolutely a pure consolidation market. Simply consolidating over here, not moving anywhere, leaving the liquidity open to the top, to the bottom, and then just doing the bouncing in between buy side and sell side liquidity. So avoid trading as there is some conflict in the Middle East. Okay. UAE, our air defense systems are currently responding to a missile threat 1056 May 4. Oh man, come on. The first fair value gap is respected for three times until now. Even though I'm going to take frame another trade, but sudden move can destroy everything. I'm still bullish. I'm not bearish. Yeah, I'm still bullish. You wanna take sell? Go for it. I'm seeing a clear trap over here. So ICT trader are seeing here a clear market structure shift. Fair value gap, take the sell from this fair value gap. Take the sell from this fair value gap. I'm just watching this trap over here. Not interested to take the sell. I wanna go higher. At first, to clear this buy side liquidity to reach over here, then I'll look for the sell. If it happens before 11:30. If you wanna take the sell, go for it, man. I highly appreciate that. For me, it's a bullish market. It's a time to look for a buy over here. Even though it's been broken, like this low has been broken, shifted the market toward the sell side liquidity. But still, this is some kind of trap to me. I don't see this candle as a regular candle. If I go for the, yeah, it's a 53 handle candle. So out of this whole market, suddenly 53 handle can't be a regular candle. So I am seeing it as a inducement leg. I can be wrong. This market can keep falling. You wanna take the sell, go for it, and write down boom for you. I wanna take the buy. If the body close below this gap, maybe I will not look for any sort of buy anymore from the first presented gap. If the body close below this low, then maybe I will not look for any sort of buy anymore. But as long as it is above this line or above this gap, I'm more interested to see this buy sell liquidity to be taken and this line to be traded. I'm just watching if it can build any sort of low, high, lower low to build the breaker block. If it do that, I'll take the entry from the breaker block. That would be awesome if it can tap to this line before going higher. That will be awesome. If the body can close one tick above this line, I'll take the buy from this breaker block. In my life, I have never seen this breaker block failed. However, this setup is not valid if this low is taken. Okay, I'm not going to see this candle because it's not the real candle. In NQ chart, there is no this type of candle. This breaker block is going to be created by this low. Okay, so market structure shift over here. Fair value gap. After trading this fair value gap, lowest down close body close candle is the order block, has been traded over here. After that unfilled gap, market went higher, failed to clear this buy side liquidity. This unfilled gap has been filled 100% over here. All I need low, high, lower low before clearing this low. If this low is taken, I'm not going to look for any sort of breaker block anymore. So as long as this breaker block is not going to be taken, sorry, the low is not going to be taken, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity from the breaker block. I'm also watching the NQ chart just to make sure that that low is not taken. If this low is taken, I'm not going to take any trade over here. Maybe it will be shifted to bearish. Yeah, that's taken. So breaker block is not valid anymore. So I can't take the breaker block entry anymore, but I will look for the buy still. Okay, as long as the body is above this gap. This is the last PDRA that that is strong enough to hold the market without clearing the sell side liquidity. So this last PDRA is my last line to stop the market, send it higher again for the buy side liquidity. I'm not watching this low. Okay, this low is not important in NQ chart. Just watch the NQ chart, you'll understand what I mean to say. If this gap is broken, I'm done for this morning session. Maybe around the PM session, or maybe tomorrow we'll see something. So today I have taken a trade that didn't work over here. I got stopped out by that specific candle that was not even valid on NQ chart. The next trade I got break even. So just one loss over here, unfortunate loss. And then yeah, this is what it is. I'm just waiting for the last opportunity. I didn't get the opportunity yet. Last PDRA, at least for me, that is broken. No more sell. Sorry, buy is valid to me if it is broken by one candle. So far the liquidity has been taken. And just go to your NQ chart, you'll be able to see that the low has been taken. The liquidity has been taken over here. The liquidity it has been built, has been taken. Now only the buy side liquidity left over there. Boom for me finally. Hey Jamie, good job, brother. Boom. I feel that it is mitigation block, not breaker block, because it didn't take high, and if failure swing is mitigation block. Yeah, sure, man. You can look for the mitigation block as well if you want. But for me, there is no breaker block. There is no mitigation block for me. Boom, beautiful 22 IT model. Congratulations, brother, for your boom. If the body close below this first presented gap, I'm done for this morning session. I'm done for this morning session. I'm not taking this one. I'm just going to watch it from the last fair value gap as the inverse way. I'm not taking this trade. Okay. This first presented gap is also the last fair value gap to this bull run, last PTRA. So as it is broken, can it work as a resistance and can it fall for the sell side liquidity over there? It's over here. I'm not taking this one because my bias is not bearish. So I'm not interested to take the sell. I will just go for the buy only. Whenever it will provide that opportunity, I'll take that buy, maybe around the PM session. This last fair value gap, I'm going to switch it to last fair value gap instead of the first presented gap because first present I stopped working on first presented gap. However, for example, there was the sell. Okay, I was not interested to take the sell because of my bias, because of my setup, or because I was not confident enough. This is gonna be my trading opportunity. The way I showed you this last fair value gap buy over here until the buy side liquidity. This is that type of last fair value gap selling opportunity exactly to the opposite way. For example, I missed this sell over here. I want to take the sell. I'm going to take that sell in the deep discounted area. I don't know it will give me that opportunity or not, but yeah, that is the opportunity for the sell side liquidity over here. It needs to be immediately tapped to this gap within 5 candle. I just need to see if it can tap to this gap within 5 candle or not. So one, two, three, four, five. Okay, the sell side has been cleared without tapping to this gap. Mm, okay. Go back to 15-minute chart. Need to mark that gap again. This gap, I have to keep it until the end of the day. If the body close below this gap, maybe there will be an opportunity to fall. I mean, this market will start to fall again. So the whole fall happened from here. Perfect. Bullish gap. So mm, still I have 10 minutes, right? Okay. Still I have the 10 minutes, so we'll see if it can provide any sort of opportunities or not. As long as the body is not going to close below this gap from 15-minute chart, I still think it will go higher. If the body close below this gap, I really don't know what to do over here. So I will just let this go and maybe it will fall, keep falling. I don't know. But I'm not going to take any trade over here anymore. High resistance liquidity run, bro. Price is not doing good today. Yeah, it was high resistance liquidity run, but the drop was not high resistance liquidity run. The drop was a very low resistance liquidity run. My bias was not bearish. I was not interested to take the sell. So I didn't frame the sell. My bias was bullish. I'm still bullish. I'm just watching how the 50-minute candle is going to close. If the 50-minute candle closed below this gap, maybe I'll be biasless for the rest of the day. If it doesn't do that, and closed inside this gap, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity for the buy side liquidity it left over here. So any sort of inversion fair value gap is more than enough for me to take the buy over here because I have some lows over here around that area and market has traded the entry gap plus the last gap. So I marked both of these gap. Any of these gap need to be traded. That has been done over here. Just need to see the 50-minute candle, can it close inside this gap so that I can frame a buy over here. I still have 7 minutes left. So if I find that, I'll take that buy. If I don't get it, I'll just not take any trade over here. If you go to your hourly chart, you'll be able to see that this market is right now trading the hourly week constant crossment. There is a hourly week, and this market is trading the 50% of that week. This is the TGIF 20% line over here. This is the TGIF 30% line over here. So let's see how this is going to react from here. Market left the buy side liquidity over here. Lot of buy side liquidity is still left over here. I can show that this to you actually. If I go to 15-minute chart, it doesn't look good over here, right? Because this is the MNQ chart. But if I go NQ chart, you'll be able to see that. Just a second. See this area over here? This is one of the beautiful buy side liquidity market left over there. So this is the buy side liquidity and market fall. Right now I'm watching this gap, how this market is going to trade over here. If I go to 1 hour chart, and I was talking about that week that has traded already this bullish gap. As I told you that this bullish gap is the last at the beginning of this stream. This is the gap I'm watching. If the body close below this gap, I'll not look for the minus 1.5 standard deviation anymore. Instead of that, I'll start to look for this sell side liquidity and for this gap over here. This is that gap because from 50-minute chart, it's too messy. As I told you, this is that week over here. Market is right now trading the 50% of that week from the hourly chart as well as this gap. If you go and mark the quadrant level, I believe you'll get some reaction from there. And from 1 minute chart, it has traded this entry gap over here, entry plus last gap. Both of this gap is similar. So it has been traded these two gap, any of this gap. Just need to confirm it. Can it close inside the 50-minute gap? Just need to confirm that. Can it close inside this 50-minute gap over here? So if it can close inside this 15-minute gap, I'll be very strong for this buy side liquidity over here. And of course, until the minus 1.5 standard deviation. I'll be back in NQM, MNQM actually, MNQM to see if it provide me another opportunity, last opportunity actually, by the way, before 11:30. Boom, boom, boom. I need your playlist, brother. There is a study folder. I have separated all the videos on the study folder, brother. If you go to that study folder, you'll be able to watch those videos. All the important videos have been transferred already inside that study folder. So outside of this study folder, if you are not interested about macro, you don't need anything else. Okay. Please make a setup, then go higher. Okay. Without setup, please don't go higher. Just don't do that. First make a setup, then go higher. All I need to see the 50-minute candle to close inside this gap. That's all. So after this candle, there will be three more candle for this 50-minute candle. Okay, 50 mil area. So market came fall for this upper quadrant. Sorry, 20% of the weekly TGIF. It has traded the entry plus last parabolic from 1 minute chart. That's more than enough, by the way. It has also traded the 50% of that hourly week. It has also traded that hourly bullish fair value gap. It has left this buy side liquidity open over there. All the sell side liquidity has been cleared. Can it go higher? The $1 million question. Can it go higher now? So it has fallen. I don't care. I missed this sale. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Now, can I take the buy in this deep discounted area? Just don't want to see the 50-minute candle close below this gap. That's all I don't want to see. Because if it close below this gap, rest of the time I will have nothing to do. After this candle, there will be two more candle. Okay. I believe it will give me an opportunity. Just need to see if I can get that opportunity. Without setup, if it started to go higher, that is the disaster. You wanna take the buy over here? Go for it. I don't see any buying opportunity yet over here, unfortunately. You wanna take sell? Please take the sell. I highly appreciate it, brother. Highly appreciate it, man. For me, today, this market has to reach to this line here. That line should be traded by today. Ashish, just go to the YouTube channel. I have already separated those videos, okay? All the videos are in this general folder, unfortunately, but I have separated all the important video in this study folder. So here is 15 minute to 1 minute, 15 minute to 1 minute, the two part two market structure shift video. This two is the market structure shift video, order block video, when you should look for the breaker block and how you are looking for the breaker block. When, how. Mitigation block. I'm not good at mitigation block, by the way. I just made the video according to my understanding when I was observing the mitigation block. This is the first parallel gap entry. I forgot about this entry. It's been like 2 years ago. I was working on that, but it's been 2 years. I don't see this setup anymore. Okay, so you can observe it. Rejection block, inversion parallel gap. According to my understanding, the best way to find out the inversion parallel gap. By the way, I'm watching the market how it is going to close. The 50-minute candle how it is going to close. So 10 seconds left. 7 seconds left. I don't wanna see it to close below this parallel gap. To be honest. 2, 1, 0. Perfect. It has closed inside this 50-minute bullish gap. That's awesome. Reversal versus reaction. I didn't know that. I have talked about this reaction versus reversal. I really didn't know that, but I knew that it's in the members only live in a very detailed way. But as I saw this name, maybe I have talked something inside this video about reversal versus reaction. You can watch it. I really don't know what is inside this video. It's been 2 years ago, but so far I remember I have made this video for members only. A plus plus setup. So this is the A plus setup. Of course, it is going to be from 50 minute to 1 minute chart. This is for the London session. How I see the London session. I have shown this to you in live by coming live as well. A plus plus setup in London session, how you can look for that. This is the for the macro. Just put the rules and regulation for the macro. The way I have explained the macro and gave you the examples. I just moved those videos from study folder. Just keep this video that is gonna give you the full guidelines for the macro. If you are so lazy, okay, so lazy, you don't wanna read the market, you can use this one. I was using this one for near about 5 to 6 months in 2023. I don't remember when I took the losing trade. Like you have to study this and you have to just use it. It's something like losing proof. This is losing proof, to be honest, in my opinion. This for the last fair value gap. I really don't know how far I actually cover it because you can see it's 2 years ago I have built these videos. I'm gonna cover everything by making new videos, but not now. I will just take some more times, okay? So this all will be covered by more explanation, more detailed way. Okay. London session entry. There is another video, advanced price action learning. This one, don't miss it. If you are here, don't miss these three videos. No, not sorry, not three. These two videos, first and two. Second, 95%. Don't focus on the title. Okay, it's something like clickbait or something like that. But still, I got 864 because I have very low videos. Don't judge it. The information I provided here, watch them. You will just not in this type of market. Okay, the market we are seeing right now, not in this type of market, but those markets are beautiful. Okay, when the war will be gone, everything is normal again. These two video is something that will change your whole perception about the market. Just these two video. And here is something like step by step. You can watch it as well at the end. Full guidelines for the ICT concepts, and finally, like some videos about the trading view. It's all about some trading views setup or something like that. So these all videos you all need at least now for now. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see. That's the videos I have just separated yesterday. You can watch them. I don't think so. I'll get another opportunities. By the way, it's already lunch hour, so not going to trade this lunch hour anymore. I have some sell side liquidity here. It's from 1 minute chart, by the way. I'm not interested to see that. Okay, for the PM session, if the move, if the market can close above this gap, this is for the PM session. Is there anyone, by the way? Can you please make a step wise playlist? So we when you free step wise, step wise. That's the video that's put step wise. Okay, this is all like you need to see them accordingly. The way I put it, it's not something like here. See this, I can change it. Like it's all has been done over here step by step. So you have to watch it step by step. So this one you will get an overall idea, by the way, and this one first you will see what I have done for long time. Okay, now these days I'm not using these things anymore. But this is the something that I have done. Like I have trading this for near about 2 years, 1 2 years, something like that. If the body can close above this gap from 1 minute chart, my target is this minus 1.5 standard deviation. So for the PM session, if you see the body, the price is above this gap. If over here, okay, above that gap, yeah, above that gap, it will be bullish market. If it is not above that gap, maybe it will keep falling and break this last fair value gap. This sell side liquidity can be the target. I don't want to see this sell side liquidity to be triggered. I want to see this market to go higher and take this buy side liquidity reach for this minus 1.5 standard deviation. Just my opinion again. But yeah, it is what it is right now. If the body stay below this gap and the last gap is broken, there is a high probability this market will go for this sell side liquidity. If the body stay above this last fair value gap as well as above this gap, that means nobody has closed below this last gap and body has closed above this gap around the PM session, that means 1250. There will be a high probability this market will take this buy side liquidity and it will reach over here. So two type of scenario. Whatever is going to happen, you have to just take the decision depending on the market. I would love to repeat one more time. If the body that failed to close below this gap, or maybe the fake breakout, that means one body has closed, the next body or 1 2 3 body just started to work higher, didn't take these lows over here, something like that. If it happens, there is a high probability this market will go for this buy side liquidity. You will only frame the buy above this gap. No buy is valid below this gap. If it close below this gap and like around the PM session and also taken these lows over here with speed, not like sweeping the liquidity tap, just took this liquidity tap to this low 30%, then started to go ahead, not like that way, like break these lows over here, like speed with speed. If it happens over here, there's a high probability market will go for this sell side liquidity. I prefer this market to go for this buy side liquidity and to touch this line by today. That's I prefer. Okay, so whatever happened over here, I think it's because of the Middle East conflict. Maybe because of that, it happened over here. But now the market, Trump will let the market go higher again for the buy side liquidity and minus 1.5 standard deviation. I don't know it will be broken or not, but I believe it will go higher. That's my expectation. I want to see like that way. Maybe I'll go to the live streaming around the PM session through the Discord live. So if you are with us in our Discord, maybe we'll be able to go for that. I think we go lower, brother. As I told you, okay. If the thing I told you over here, like if it happened, there is a high probability it will go for this sell side liquidity. If it doesn't happen, there is a high probability market will go for this buy side liquidity and come over here. Overall, I wanna see this market to fall for this sell side, not sell to set this sell side liquidity. I want to see this. This is my weekly target. This week, I want to see this market to fall for this 27007.25 level. I want to see this area will be taken by this week. But before falling that line, I want to see this line to be traded because this minus 1.5 standard deviation. Randomly, I marked it from 15-minute chart because I don't have any opportunities to predict the all-time high. uh, no manipulation leg from the daily chart. So I just marked it from 15-minute chart. So I have to take the decision accordingly, depending on the price. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to do that. If it happens inside the lunch hour, don't take this trade. Okay. Please. I hope it will make some sense to you, brother. I feel that is medication. Okay, I read your comment. High resistance liquidity run, bro. Please, I'm not going to take any trade today. I took two trade. I can show you this to you. First trade I took here, got stopped out here. See here, buy, sell. Got stopped out because of this sudden fall. I don't know what happened to this market. Suddenly it fall over here, 63 handle. In NQ chart, there was no this type of candle. Let me show you this. Just look at this. This low and that low. Okay. So the time is 9:55, 10:08. 9:55, 10:08. Never been taken over here. But in MNQ, it has been taken over there, unfortunately. So that was the first loss. Then I took another buy over here. And then later I moved my stop loss to the break even because I was not liking the way it was working over here. Then it went a bit higher, maybe at least until the partial level it went over there. However, one loss for the day, I think it's absolutely good. It's absolutely good. Okay. I tried two times. I didn't get the price action I was needed. I just closed it to the break even. That's all. It's a good thing, I think. So you see you guys tomorrow, not tomorrow, okay, around the PM session because I really need to see the PM session. So I hope I will come to the live streaming through the Discord. Hope I will be able to see you over there. Until the next time, cheers, guys.